day to go see another childhood friend. This one has her own YouTube channel. I found out recently, so I am excited to see her.
Turn next left.
My car's talking to me. She's so bossy. But she was one of those people that I spent a lot of time with, and I'm really excited to see her and her family and see how life is with her, just catch up from over the last 20 years. I'm almost to my friend's house, and one of the things that I wanted to make sure and say is how grateful I am to be able to go on this trip, see family, see friends from so long ago, and I'm definitely gonna miss Melissa. She's such a sweetheart. At the same time, she's brilliant, and you don't get to have that very often in friends. I'm really grateful for her. Okay, I'm going down this windy road to find her. I'm hoping I'm going the right way. I didn't realize just how far out in the backwoods I live until I'm going here now as an adult. Wow. Lots of trees, lots of homes, lots of businesses. It's so far from the freeways, and there's a lot of trees between homes. Just food for thought, different perspective as we get older. Looks like I found it. All right, time to see how we've each changed in 20 years. This is Mombierella. Hi. We went to school together. We were homeschooled together, and she's still back in Texas. So on this trip, I get to see her again. It's been 20 years, so wow. Nope. So we're back with my best friend growing up, Mombierella, and she has her own YouTube channel. I'm gonna put a link to it in the description below. So we met, you were a little bit younger than I. Yes. You were my sister's age. So I was about 14, and I think you were 12.
Yeah, at least 12 or 13
in the homeschool group.
I think it was both our first year in the group.
Yeah,
and so it was probably like both of our first field trip with them too. Then
it was a lot of fun going to the ranch and seeing stuff. But it's been a really long time, so my memory of it is kind of short.
So we met at this place called Georgetown Ranch. And they go through, it's like a working ranch, right? Mm-hmm. And so they go through and they tell you how in the old West days, you know, they'd wear the bandana and they'd go through with the cattle drives, right? They talked about the cattle drives and stuff. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I remember them talking about how, you know, all the work that they did, but because they wear gloves, the cowhand or the ranch hand was telling us that his hand was soft as a baby's bottom because he wore gloves every day. I remember little things like that.
It's funny the things that like stick with you over.
Yeah, and then the Bluebonnet Highway was the direction we went to go to the ranch. So the bluebonnets were absolutely flooding.
I love the wildflowers in Texas. That's one thing that's nice.
And then, so tell them about your channel.
So I have a real love of Disney, and that was like my first inspiration for doing a YouTube channel. And then I have 2 kids, and we like to go out and we do, you know, like this autumn we did the pumpkin patch, and then
is that where you got these?
Yes. So
my gosh,
I love the bumpy pumpkins. I can't part with them.
I don't know if I'm later.
Can you get it?
I think I might be able to get it. Oh my gosh, don't tell my chiropractor I did that. Oh, no. So this beautiful pumpkin. In California, I would have to go to either one of those patches where they ship all of them in.
Oh wow.
Or like Trader Joe's. Or you'd have to go to a grocery store.
Trader Joe's. There's one out here, and so this is. Oh my gosh, that is actually pretty heavy. Don't do it. Let me put that back. Don't hurt yourself. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. It survived. Yeah. So we did. I do stuff with the kids, and you know, as a family, we like to do family stuff, and then we'll vlog our vacations. We go on Disney cruises. I miss my Disney cruises right now.
Yeah,
there's no cruises right now.
We don't know when the cruises are going to open back up. We don't know when Disneyland or Disney World or any of those parks are going to open back up. But we're looking forward to that.
Yes, we had to cancel our Disneyland trip, so that was heartbreaking right there. I haven't been in forever. My kids have never been, and we had this whole trip planned. We might have actually gotten a meetup because you're in California. So.
Yeah, so when you do go to Disneyland, I might be able to snag her in to do some adventures with me, or maybe I'll be able to get a ticket to Disneyland and be able to come.
Yes, if they open, okay?
Yes,
Just saying.
Open Disneyland.
Disneyland needs to open.
I think the little shops in the front are open right now, but not the park itself, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So what do you do on your channel? You do some vlog stuff, but there's a big thing that's really awesome on your channel.
So I have a split between like almost 50-50. Like I do vlogs and we do the Disney and the vacation and projects, but then I'm a huge bookworm, and I always have been. But I've been really into the Disney villain series right now, and I'll do a chapter at a time, and this year I started adding sound effects and background noises and trying to kind of pull it in almost ASMR style, like with the reading, so it's more immersive, I guess, you know. It's like it kind of feels like you're in the story as it's happening. That's what I'm aiming for, because I heard, okay, so this is funny. My inspiration for this idea, just put the background noise and stuff. So I'm listening to The Hobbit for high school and stuff with the kids because they're homeschool. And as I'm listening to this audiobook, I was like, wow, this is really good. This sounds so good. Who did this? And I didn't look at it, who had done it, but I loved it. So I started trying to do it with my chapters. And then I looked later, and it was BBC. It was like an actual BBC production. I was like,
yeah, that's
okay, that explains a lot.
One.
Now I know why it was so good. Okay, I'm competing with BBC. That's not happening. No, I'm
well, they have a very different list of stories.
Right. they've got a lot of, and they probably got a lot more production equipment than I do in that environment. I'm trying to like hand edit this myself. Yeah, I don't have anybody helping me. So
yeah, they've probably got a much larger repertoire of sound effects over the
music. Like they're actually using
decades of collecting
the music
sounds.
from like the actual movies playing in the background and stuff. And I was like, how did they get away with that? That's not fair.
Well, they own the rights to both.
Yeah, that's so yeah, that makes sense in hindsight. It made more sense.
So what got you started doing the books, doing audio books?
Originally I was just reviewing them, and I don't know, somewhere between like sharing little excerpts from them and people saying, oh my gosh, I love hearing you read, and the books were so good, and a lot of people were like, I've never heard of this, you know what, I can't find a copy of some of these ones. And so I did some smaller ones at one point, and really the villain series was like a favorite, so that's what got me. That's why I started doing more of them. And yeah, that one was a big deal for people. They're like, oh, there's I have one friend who comments on like all my chapters now, Moon Princess, I believe, and she has an issue where she can't hold a book, and so to her it's like this big deal. She's, thank you so much for sharing these. I love hearing these stories, and like that actually really got me right there. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm actually doing something that's helping, you know, someone have a better. Well, that's my goal usually. Is like that's what I used to always say in every video. It's like I end with have a magical day, because my thing is, days get monotonous, you know, you get caught up.
Oh, especially right now.
Yes. Oh my gosh, especially right now. And so it's like you really need something to make your days more magical. And that was inspired to me with Walt Disney and the way Disney does the original Disney stuff, at least, you know, like really hit his heart for things. And so that's where it just became part of our lives.
So Papa Disney, like Walt Disney.
Yes,
okay.
like the absolute, the heart of Disney right there, you know, it all started with a mouse kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just inspiring people to have something special. There's something special in every day, you know, and just kind of sharing that thought pattern. And sometimes it's a nice story. Sometimes it's, you know, going and doing something. Sometimes it's just like doing a craft with the kids, you know. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's just, you know, the mistakes you've made in other things that you edit together, and you're like, laugh at yourself.
Yes, we have to be able to laugh at ourselves.
Yeah, I remember the first time I made a blooper video of like all my stuff, I was like, I want to show my mistakes. I really want to do this. But it's like, actually, it was fun. And I've kind of like done it some. So I don't know if you've hit that point.
Not yet. I've watched some of your videos, but I haven't hit the blooper ones yet.
It's interesting, like when you hit a point where you can take all your mistakes and you can compile some and you can laugh at yourself. It's fun. Like people are like, oh, that's cool. You can laugh at yourself. So
it makes definitely our days so much better, more magical.
Right.
So I do have a question I wanted to bring forward. Is for those of you who are accustomed to audiobooks, Disney has put forth this new series of Disney villains, and it's actually really taken on like wildfire with its cartoons, movie stuff on Disney's channel. So why don't you give them a little bit more information for those who are not familiar with things outside of the box of, say, just Cinderella?
all right.
Where does the Disney villain story arc come in?
Okay, so the series that I'm sharing is by Serena Valentino, and it's like literally this entire flipped version of looking at the fairy tales. And that's what's so neat about it, is like you always see it like from Cinderella's point of view, from the princess, from the fairy tale of their dreams coming true. And yet there's an underside to that. It's like the backstory, the underbelly of the villains. Mother Gothel is the one I'm on right now. And so for her, you just see her as, I'm the bad guy. She says, right? And Rapunzel's the center of attention.
Yeah, you never know how old Mother Gothel really is.
And so there's so much in depth into their backstory. Like it talks about she had sisters. It talks about, what her mother was like, and just the fact that they were witches back in the day, and they had lived for actually quite a while, you find out. And sometimes you actually feel bad for them. Like Ursula's story, however, I did Poor Unfortunate Soul, and she was probably one of the few that like I never really felt bad for, because she was just like plain mean. It's like some of the stuff she did, you're like, oh, why would you do that? I wanted to like you, and now you're just a jerk. Okay. But the neat thing about this series in particular is they weave them, and there's a connection between each book. Like each book has a connection to the other one, and so I've tried to do them all in order, and I've got like one of the older ones that I need to pick up on. Everybody's like, oh, you're gonna read this one? And then there's 2 new ones after the one I'm on right now that I'm working on too.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to add the Odd Sisters is the thing though. Like there's these 3 sister witches, and they're in every story. And they're kind of what connects them, and you see a connection between the characters. It gives you a timeline, which is really neat, because you can see it's like the whole, what do they call it, the Disneyverse, the whole Disney universe of things.
Yes.
So it's neat. Yeah, like knowing their backstory and their history. Sometimes you really do feel sorry for them, and other times you're like, yeah, no, I see what happened there.
And to confirm, this is not the alternate story arc that McGregor has set up.
No, yeah.
This is not the story from the Green Witch of the West perspective, because he's done several novels that are the other perspective. We have the musical.
Yeah, Wicked.
Wicked. This is a different author. This is not McGregor's stories. This is completely different author. And so Disney, how is Disney connected with this? Did they publish?
Yes,
hers?
This is Disney Press, and so I don't own any rights to this. This is fair use, at this point, so. But it's just my artistic, presentation for educational purposes of doing it. That's why I love doing the background noise and like getting it out there, because buy the books by all means. It's a great series. Don't feel like you don't want to own them or anything, because I have every one of them. It's like, obviously, but they have this neat thing on the cover too that I love about them. And the author of these is Serena Valentino. So she's like the genius behind the Disney villain whole backstory series. And the covers are neat. If you get the hardcover, it's got 2 pictures. I might have to grab one. It's got 2 pictures, so it'll have like Mother Gothel, and then her is like the old witch. And so it's like the 2 sides to their stories, the side you see and the side you don't see, kind of thing, in a sense.
Okay.
So it's neat.
Well, very cool. Well, thank you very much. I I think I will be going back and watching. I might put it on while I am driving back cross country and
Yes, be safe.
Yeah, and listen to your audio presentation of the stories. That would probably be really nice to have to pick one though, because you have multiple. How many books do you have?
I've done the Fairest of All. That's the first one. Poor Unfortunate Soul with Ursula, Mother Gothel now, and then those are the main ones I've done right now. So
okay, and the one that you're currently in
I'm done Mistress of All Evil. Yes, and Mistress of All Evil with the Maleficent. Oh my gosh, that one goes deep. That one was a interesting because she's like from the fairylands and stuff. So it's not even like the movie that came out, with Angelina Jolie. It was even different from that. There was flips to it from everything. So they're unique in and of themselves. They're not exactly like anything else.
Yeah, when Disney produced this live action version, it's different from the novel, but they're endorsing both. They're both Disney.
Yeah, they always have like it's almost like Doctor Who. There's multiple branches of reality to things sometimes. Like there's different time streams, alternate realities.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's weird. Disney has all these different things. Yeah, that's weird. I love that though. Like I guess more like as you get older, you're looking for something deeper than just the glass slipper moment necessarily.
Yeah.
Things. So.
Yeah, that glass slipper moment is amazing, but it's not pretty how she got there ultimately.
Especially the original stories.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially the original stories. Oh my goodness.
That's fun.
There are a few moments I'm glad that Disney-fied.
Yes, Disney-fied.
The Little Mermaid. Very happy about that version versus the actual version. Yeah. Some things I'm happy things were Disney-fied, and other things like, oh, come on, Disney.
Then you watch the Hunchback of Notre Dame when Disney took that one over. It's like, well, that's a totally new story, but nice, okay.
So, thank you, Mombierella, and when you come to California, we will definitely get together again, and next trip I make out here, we'll set up some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So glad we get to actually like catch up and visit because it's been like forever. So this is crazy.
Oh my goodness. And it's when seeing you on your channel, I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't seen her in forever. So I'm really glad I made it out. All right. Love you. Oh, and we'll get together soon, let me know if you guys reset your travel plans.
Yeah.
Because that would be really great to have you, come out to
if we can get California to open back up, we'd love to come out.
Well, there's a lot of politics at play on that one.
Yes. We're praying.
Yes, praying for everything to open back up. The world's gonna be healthy.
There will be a more normal, new normal.
Yes.
Things again.
A healthier new
What?
normal.
No, don't worry.
Puppies.
Oh,
You're not
trying to go with me. They've made
yeah,
that's not gonna
I'll wait till you let me know the dogs are not under my car anymore.
Come on.
Wow. Yeah, it's kind of important.
We're good.
Okay.
You're like trying to like hold on to the bottom of your car, like on Cats and Dogs, the ninja animals.
Oh my gosh, the ninja cat's holding on to everything. Okay. All right. Love you.
You too. Bye.
I'll see you
Enjoy
hopefully
your trip,
soon.
So,
Thank you.
I'll be able to come out. Maybe again, try California.
That'd be great.
Next time you're in Texas, definitely.
And it'll be not that far in advance. It will be pretty soon. So that'll be really good.
Nope. I don't know your button.
That one, yeah.
One of these on this side.
One of these, and then I get to put in. Somebody just dinged me.
Oh my gosh! What are you doing? Son.
What?
Never
I'm putting
mind.
the dog
Okay, children,
on top.
fun. Okay, dogs and kids.
Navigation.
Gotta enjoy.
I'm good with just kids. I have way too much for add animals into the mix.
Yeah. Okay, so the most we had once we had 2 guinea pigs, 2 chinchillas, 4 bunnies, 2 dogs, all at one time.
About that. That's just too much.
Wait, no, and 5 chickens.
That's before all the foxes or the snakes came and got your chickens.
Set up here. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That was when I was
way too
brave.
much. You were brave? You're like,
brave.
I'm gonna have a little,
Menagerie or something.
Well, it sounded like you guys were doing kind of like a little homestead here.
Yes, that was the idea. That was the original idea. Like farming animals, chickens. Yeah, no. We'll go back around there.
Fine.